Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Hopefully, you are in, or you're ready. I don't know what to. I'm bad at intros. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Let me turn down our music a little bit. Voila. How's everybody doing? Vibing? I know I am. Glad to have you. Good turnout so far. Everybody hit the like button. That actually does help. We'll get this out in front of more people right before the event starts. That would be great. The stream starts, I would guess they actually start broadcasting in the next 15 minutes. Because usually they do a pre-roll a little bit for about 15 minutes. So they should be doing it very soon. Very soon. Thank you. Thank you.
Utsab Koirala donated $7 through Super Chat. Bruh, today I could watch you live. Too huge time difference though.
I feel ya. We actually are talking in January of doing another stream, probably Tuesdays, and we'll do that at a staggered time frame so that more people can come out. That's the hope, at least. Because right now our time slot fits really well, but I know there's a lot of other people who would like to come in and hang out, and I would like to do that as well and sort of like cater to that and enable that. So we're going to try to add another stream to be a little more friendly to those in literally the opposite side of the planet. So absolutely. Another Aussie. How long before he mods? Yeah, what is it? We have just a ton of we have a ton of Aussie mods. It's funny. I'm okay with it. Even though I do make fun of you guys every once in a while. It's nar big deal. It's nar big deal. See, in your mods, you can't leave. See, you can't leave. I had some very hot and spicy shrimp, and Imperium, calm down. Broccoli today, not green beans. Broccoli. So I'm moving up in the world. What about any Canadians? Do we have any Canadian mods? I know we have a ton of Canadian viewers. Weirdly though, Canada is lower on the list than Germany. We have a lot more German fans than we do Canadian. Yeah, at least if YouTube stats are to be believed, which is weird. I would have just assumed that I would be lower in Germany because a lot of them speak German. I would have just assumed. But, what do I know? Luke, what if you and your wife did a joint video reviewing Valhalla once she's done with the game? That actually could be fun. I've thought of trying to do something like that. She, for example, loves the Dragon Age games. And I've never really played them, so I thought it'd be funny if we could find some way to do a video where we kind of merge the two ideas. So she comes in and gives me the rundown on why the game is actually good, that kind of thing. Do I really not have my Twitch password? So I know they're broadcasting this on Twitch. I know they're doing that. I don't know what they're doing. If they're doing it on YouTube, but I will log into Twitch nonetheless. We will suffer the ads. I popped into another streamer's stream the other day, and I just was trying to catch up on what they were doing, and I recalled how fluid and nice the chat was, and I was like, ooh, yeah, no, that's the good stuff. But I'll be real. I still think YouTube is the better option for live streaming. I still think it's better. Close that. Remember this computer for 30 days. They're going to text me a token for login. Does anyone else have this thing on iPhone where it either says you have no messages or it says you have like 37? Like every day it's either I have 37 unreads even though I've read all of them, or it says that I don't have any and it just zeroes out. It's like kind of infuriating. I don't know. I do. Okay, so I'm not alone. iPhone is bugged with that. I remember having this problem on iPhone back in when I had the 11 Pro Max. And that was like early 2020, I think. So it's been a problem for a long time. How has Apple not fixed it? Like everybody, I asked people about it, and then a handful of people have said that they have it. So, like, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Like, what's happening? I'm so used to watching your videos that I totally forgot this was live. Hey, funny astronaut. Yeah, we live. We here. We in it. We in it. Which of 3 is the best DLCs? It's not even a question, dude. For real, they so significantly improve the overall content offerings. It's insane. It really is. Maybe your phone's just bipolar. Have you tried putting it in rice? That might be it. Out in the bloody cold. At least I have Luke to entertain me. I'm glad you're here as well. For those of you not aware of what's going on, let me just give you a quick rundown. Basically, months and months ago, at this point, it's probably over a year, CD Projekt Red announced that they were going to be doing a next-gen update for The Witcher, which is awesome. I think we're all super happy about that. However, they didn't show any gameplay. They didn't show really anything at all other than like a reworked title screen, which is actually what the thumbnail for this video was made using. And it's this. And it's like somebody said in chat, it basically just looks like a mean Geralt, like a meaner Geralt. And it kind of is. Like, I wonder, maybe I can pull up the original and do a quick side-by-side. Hold on. The Witcher 3, it's probably like a poster. If I search poster, it'll probably show up. This one's very similar, but it's display. Hold on. Type. Here, this one's similar-ish. If it'll ever load. Come on. So this is probably the most direct comparison. Oh my god. Oh. Dude, what is this website? Like, come on. Okay, well, we'll just go... Like, this gives you an idea. Let me open this image in a new tab. Voila. So this gives you an idea of what the side-by-side is, at least in terms of what they've changed. So it doesn't seem to be just like a raw graphical shift or texture upgrades and things. This to me would suggest that they've actually made some tweaks to models, that they've done some more elaborate work. That's at least what I would conclude from this. You know, all the scars are the same and everything. He has one more notch above his eyebrow that doesn't look to be here. But like all told, this looks definitely much more realistic, but I don't know if they're doing like a Spider-Man remastered kind of thing where they just swap out models. I really don't know. And that's what we're going to find out, because as of right now, they haven't shown anything other than this. Nothing, which is amazing. I think they sent out, if we go to the Elon website, CD... And of course, he's top of the list. I swear to God. We go over here. Let's see. I think they shared a couple. Yeah, so they did this, where they said the next gen update for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, it's behind my face, is coming December 14th, free for everyone who already owns the game. Great, awesome, love it. And the picture that they share certainly looks good, but to me it looks pretty clearly, it's still running in the Red 3 engine. It looks like maybe higher res textures. The bloom effect is good. The clouds look tremendous. Volumetric lighting, you know.
16 times the detail.
It looks really good. It looks really good. But again, like it's this and then that other photo. That's all we've seen. So we will see. We will see. I'm honestly, all I really am hoping for is for them to bring 60 FPS native support at 4K on current gen consoles. They do that, I'm happy. I don't think they need to do much more than that. You know, I'd be happy. We know they added ray traced global illumination, and they have heavily worked with the High Poly mod project and the HD reworked mod project. They have been fixing a lot of UVs and materials. Interesting, Bert. I had not heard that was confirmed. So that is very compelling. Well, my understanding, Mihei, is that the 60 FPS on Series X is not through the first party. That's like through whatever. It's not the backwards maybe it is the backwards compatibility team, but it's their like automatic improvement thing, which it still works great. I mean, you got to give them credit that thing works tremendously well. And now we eagerly await. I am willing to sit through a mature stream for you guys. It's not intended for children, just so everybody's aware. Just so everybody's aware. But I mean, it's free. You can't complain with free. It's free. You gotta love that. And it's cool to see them working with the mod teams. You know, I never understood why more companies don't do that. Like, the modders have done, most of the time, most of the heavy work. Let's be real. They just need to, like, go hire those people and be like, just do the same thing over here, we'll pay you. Like, they already figured it out. That's what I never got about the Bethesda stuff. Like, all of the problems, the bugs, the launch glitches, all of that stuff, modders have fixed it. Like, why don't they just pay the modder $5,000 and have them sign a piece of paperwork? They could just take it because they own the game. I'm sure that they could get away with that. But, like, instead, they go and they act like it's such a huge burden. Like, just go, like, do it. You know. Oh golly, I'm mostly hyped that it's free. Any upgrade for free, I'm all about it. Yeah, no, and somebody was asking in chat like last week maybe, they're like, should I get The Witcher 3 now or after they announce the next gen version? And I said, honestly, probably now, because the moment that they announce this, like, I would guess that the secondhand market spikes. And also, like, the Steam listings and stuff will probably stay at full price for a while. You know? They will push improvements to the Switch as well. I'm surprised that there's still room for improvement there, besides adding some more in-game trinkets. I am surprised by that, too. I don't know if you guys have tried the Switch version of The Witcher 3. It's like playing The Witcher on an Etch-a-Sketch. It's amazingly blurry. It's, like, pretty impressive. Oh, I love this song so much. It's so good.
Your scent, berries tart, lilac sweet, to dream of raven locks and twisted stormy, of violet eyes glistening as you weep. The wolf I will follow into the storm.
So good, dude. Like, when was last game or last time a game had that good of music just casually? Red Dead 2 did have some tremendous music. We play Ring Dang Do all the time. I don't know if you guys remember that song. Cyberpunk, yeah, but Cyberpunk is also very like. Okay, they did have good music, but it was in a very particular style that I think a lot of people. It's more niche, but who knows? Maybe this is niche. I don't know. What do I know? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yep. So allegedly, within the next 15 minutes, it starts. I've been waiting to replay The Witcher 3. People have been asking, like, are you gonna go back and do another critique of it? I would love to, but knowing that this has been coming, I'm like, if I make the video, thank you so much.
Donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Stopping in to say, I love all your content. The Witcher 3 is the GOAT, and I'm so excited for this upgrade.
Me too. Me too. I guess my selfish interest is wondering how this improves the game on PC. Because, like, I'll be real, I played, like, The Witcher 3 on PS4 a little bit. What I remember of that port is that they really cranked the bloom effect to kind of cover up everything else. But, like, I don't know what they're going to bring here. If they're really bringing full native, like, ray tracing and ray trace shadows and stuff, I'm about it. That could be really interesting. Steam Deck, better Steam Deck support. That could also be pretty fire. It already runs, like, pretty well on Steam Deck. I've tried it recently. It's not even that bad. Do you think Sony will end up buying CDPR? It's been a rumor for some time now. No. I would be shocked. I can do that, Rocky. Give me just a moment. I would be genuinely shocked if that happened. A lot of it just comes down... Oh, we're on 5 seconds. Yeah, we're already on 5 seconds, Rocky. I'll go 8. Just to help you out. But anyway, so... yeah, I don't know how it works. Maybe I can just look up major shareholders, CD Projekt Red. Marcin Iwinski owns 13%. Okay, the second and third largest shareholders hold 10 and 6. 50% of the ownership is controlled by the top 19 shareholders. So just to put it in perspective, in order to sell the company for, like, Sony to buy them out, they would have to convince the top 19 shareholders who hold over 50% of the company to accept their offer. It's not like, you know, one of these other big companies where the top shareholder owns, like, 6% or 7% of the business. So with this, it's a lot harder to buy them out, especially, like, Ubisoft has been attempted to be bought out many times, and they've just resisted it.
Zach Michaelis donated $5 through Super Chat.
Thank you, my friend.
Did you see the IGN Atomic Heart preview video? Hope this game is actually good when it releases.
Yeah, I am straight pumped for... I'm straight pumped for the Atomic Heart release. I've already been in talks with the publisher for review codes and stuff. It looks like a spiritual successor to BioShock, and that's all I need to be interested. Don't get hyped. Yeah, I mean, I guess hyped is a bad word. If you want me to express the reasons I'm also skeptical, I'm happy to do that. But of the games that I'm actually like, I'll be keeping an eye on that. That is one where I'm actually keeping an eye on it. Because a lot of games nowadays don't really scratch that itch. Don't get me super pumped. By the way, everybody, hit the like button. Hit the like. We got over 600 people in here. I know we can get like 200 likes pretty quick. We can do it. I believe in us. LMAO cringe, dude. Cringe. Please type responsibly. Should we? Okay, that's actually kind of funny. Should we do a t-shirt of that? Like, please hype responsibly. But it's made to look like one of those drinking and driving ads. We put it on a t-shirt. That could be funny. Green Blade, thank you. Oh. Yeah, I'm a sellout. Like the video. Lol, cringe. Oh no, for sure Henry Cavill's out there. He's probably on the set of Superman or something. Or like he was in a meeting with somebody and like they're negotiating $1 million contracts and he's like, I just have to step out and use the restroom real quick. And he steps out. He's just sitting in the bathroom stall. Let's hope they remove max weight capacity limit. No way in hell they did that. Like or die, mother trucker, like or die. Callisto Protocol review. Yes, me and multiple members of my team are working to get in contact with them for review codes. I have an agency I've been working with out of Los Angeles that has some connections too, and so they are trying to get in contact. But the publisher, it's the same publisher that runs like they own like PUBG. They own that one. And like they're actually very difficult to get a hold of. It's weird. For having like some pretty big and successful games, they're weirdly difficult to pin down. I never understood this. They have a level 5 hype train for this. Like, why are you subscribing to CD Projekt Red? Is it to just get out from under the ads? I don't see any ads on this, though. I think they turn the ads off. But people are, like, subbing, like, a lot. Is it just... Do they get, like, cool little... There aren't even, like, really cool badges or anything. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't get it. I guess I don't get Twitch. I'm a boomer. How many team members you have? It depends on how you count it. Like the core team that works on videos, it's basically me and Jacob. We have another company I contracted to work on TikToks just recently, so they're starting to work on that. And then I have an assortment of companies and teams I work with for like trying to originate sponsorships, trying to work out brand deals and all sorts of stuff. So the core team is basically just 2 people. It used to be 3, but Cami didn't want to do video based stuff anymore. I get it. She had to deal with a bunch of random creeps. I love you guys, but I like some of the stuff Cami would have to deal with when she was streaming or making like, you know, popping into videos and stuff. It was unreal. I was like, dude, I cannot believe this. Liam Hemsworth is okay, but why Liam? He's the worst. Oh, Luke Hemsworth is the good. Hi Luke, I've been watching your YouTube videos for the past 4 years. Really enjoyed the content, brother. Awesome, Vishu. Thank you. Glad you were able to pop by. Liam, I don't know. I only know him from the Hunger Games. And in that, I didn't think it was bad. Like, but it's all kind of beside the point. They could have replaced him with like Johnny Depp, and people could have lost their minds and been like, "Oh my God, he's gonna be so amazing." But at the same time, it doesn't change the fact that it's still freaking weird to replace your lead halfway through a TV show run. After like even The Office, they didn't even replace Michael Scott. Can you imagine if Steve Carell left? And then they brought in, like they kind of sort of did, Will Ferrell. But instead of Will Ferrell playing a different character, they just had like the season ended. And then the first episode of the next season, Michael Scott is Will Ferrell. And they just never address it. That would be freaking weird. And even though they didn't do that, and instead they just wrote the character out of the show, people still said they should have ended the show after Michael left because it just got weird. It doesn't work. And this is even worse because they're going to replace it and just not address the visual differences and the vocal differences, blah, blah, blah. But they're also, it's called The Freaking Witcher. Like, The Witcher. And you're just swapping Witchers. It doesn't make any sense. And after that article, if you guys missed it, we did a little video on this live channel where we looked at an interview that he gave like a week after all of that. And he basically confirmed, Henry Cavill did, that, yeah, no, I was not a fan of where they were going, of the direction. Because the showrunners for The Witcher wanted to make it their own and tell an original story. And my primary concern was maintaining integrity with the source material. How dare he, right? So, yeah, Henry, I mean, the only reason I was really pumped for The Witcher show was because Henry Cavill was there. And he's like a total Giga nerd. And so, like, we see him and he's one of us. Even though he's built like a Greek god, he's one of us, you know? Dude, season 2 pissed me off so much, Laxu. The whole Frangilla narrative plotline was pointless. It didn't go anywhere. It literally reached a dead end. It was a total waste of time. But they spent like well over half of the season following Frangilla around for it to go nowhere. It's infuriating. Made me hurt my TV, yeah. Luke has a crush on Henry 100%. 110%. It's like I was watching The Office last night, actually. And because Nikki's never watched it through. And there's the episode where like Michael starts sharing rumors within the office and spreading gossip. And one of the rumors is that Andy Bernard is gay. And so Andy starts freaking out, worrying that he's gay. He's like, I didn't realize I was gay. Am I gay? And so he goes and talks to Oscar, who is the only gay man in the office. And he's like, so I just need some help because I'm really confused. Like, I don't really like men, but like if Brad Pitt were to come at me and like kiss me, I might resist a little at first. But if he kept like insisting, I would probably go along with it. And that for me, that's Henry Cavill. Like I might resist a little, but like if he was insistent, I would probably go with it. It's Henry Cavill. I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Like if you honestly say you wouldn't, you're the weird one, okay? You're right. I wouldn't resist at all. No resist immediately. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I say this as I'm married with a son. It'd be worth it just for the clout alone. Yeah. Luke is extra sus today. Sorry. Oh golly. Golly. We're all a little gay. That sounds like the intro to like some sort of musical theater song. We're all a little bit gay, don't you know? How's your son doing? Oh, he's great. He's great. He's a little rock star. Little force of nature. He is very busy. He runs around. He likes putting things in boxes and then taking them out of the boxes. Last night he had curry for the first time. Loved it. He's just a good little fellow. Good little dude. Yeah, I do like ZH. I do like Andy Bernard ZH. I agree. I think it took him a while. Like, let's be real. It took him a while because when Andy first showed up on the show, it was a little like he was far from where he needed to be. It says offline, but it also says live. Is this just like the pre-show? Is that what they're doing? I guess. I don't know. Dwight and Andy. Dwight got really funny by the end as well. Reload. I can reload. Is that just to get me to watch an ad? How dare you? Dude, I did not miss the Twitch ads. Oh, golly. I did not miss these things at all. It got to the point where, like, literally... Oh, there we go, yeah. Thank you, Rocky. It got to the point where, like, no joke, more of the comments in chat for the first 20 minutes of stream were about how insane the ads were than about the topic of the stream. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. do 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 do. Does this... Hold on. Hold on. Please hold. Copy. Plop over here. Paste. That didn't work. Okay, good to see. Good to see. Please hold. Please hold. Why are there so many viewers? Luke started botting the streams. If I knew how to bot streams, I would be much more successful. No, it's just The Witcher. The Witcher commands respect. The Witcher commands viewers. People hear The Witcher, they're in, you know? Oh, that was a weird dissonant. That was weird. Remember... Oh, this is the stream's music. This isn't my music. This is from this. Oh.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very special episode of the Red Stream, where we'll be talking about some Witcher 3
Red
next
Stream
updates.
every time I eat Taco Bell. Hashtag
With me,
relatable,
I have
right?
amazing guests. I have my partner in crime, Alicia Kozera.
Hey guys.
I have a acting narrative director, Philip Weber.
Hello.
And Charles Tremblay, our engineering director.
Hello.
It's nice to be able to talk about The Witcher finally.
Yes, finally. I mean, we've been, quite busy with preparing the update, with making sure everything is on point. So it's time that we can actually show you guys the gameplay. We can talk about those things in details and, to be proud even more than we are right now, right? Okay. So yeah, we have a lot of cool things to talk about today, but I think I want to start with mentioning that the update is free if you get the game. So, prepare your PCs, your consoles, very comfortable chairs and sofas, get yourself some drinks for, the Witcher 3 sessions.
Cozy blankets.
Book some time off of work as well for that.
And do it on 14th of December.
Yes, the release is December 14th.
Yes.
What day of the
And
week is that?
yeah. Okay, let's dive in to the
Let's go.
cool things. Okay, so the first thing I
Wednesday.
think
That's a
we
weird
should
day.
mention is the ray tracing.
Yeah, that's the next gen feature.
Okay, first
Yes,
look.
So for the PC, we have the Ray Trace Global Illumination. So that looks, the visual fidelity is amazing. It replaced the old PBR that we had. We also have the ambient occlusion, the Ray Trace ambient occlusion.
It does look fire.
Really good. But we have other stuff. We have, of course, we integrated the FSR2 and we have the DLSS. We have also dynamic resolution scaling. And we have also a very nice new SSR, screen space reflection, because before it was only for the water, but now it's for everything. So I hope that it will.
Oh, shiny
awesome.
armor! I can feel
Yes.
that.
The vegetation
Okay, so
density is
ray
also
tracing.
crazy
The game
high.
will look even better right now with all those options. But I think we also have one more for PC enthusiasts like me.
Yeah, so we also try to push even further. So we have also new Ultra Plus settings that you can play with.
Ultra Plus Premium Pro
that
Max.
include, for example, the background characters, grass density, level of details, all those settings we had. It's not a preset, but you can tinker around, play, and see if it's
What works
if it's
for
good
you.
for your machine, and have fun.
I'm pretty sure everyone in here and on the other side of the screen definitely.
I mean,
will play.
provided you have good enough PC.
we're all gonna try.
Yeah, we're gonna try our best, right? Okay, so the game looks amazing. We have super cool, ray tracing options. We have the Ultra Plus settings, and all that combined in photo mode.
Yes. So now you can showcase the beauty of The Witcher 3 in the photo mode. And we know that you already were taking amazing screenshots from The Witcher 3, but we wanted to give you a little help, so we implemented a photo mode into the game. You have some options to, stop Geralt, stop the scene, and play a little bit with the settings, maybe give it a little bit of different mood, change the angle, something like that. So yeah, I think you're gonna be.
I didn't
able
even
to
think
create
about
some
photo
really
mode.
amazing
Yeah,
shots,
duh, that's
and
a
really can't
good
wait
addition.
to see what you do, because we know from Cyberpunk that you guys are like breathtaking with that. And with The Witcher, I think you can also create something amazing. So can't wait for December 14th. Seriously, internet's gonna be flooded with screenshots.
Twitter, Witcher everywhere, literally.
Yes.
And I think we have to maybe do that. A photo mode contest.
Oh yes,
on that occasion.
For sure, we do love our photo mode contests. So keep your eyes open for something on The Witcher.
Okay, so photo mode, awesome stuff. But we also have really cool cameras added in this patch. Like, I have my favorite one. I'm not gonna spoil it yet, but
I think we already saw the spoiler in the gameplay.
yeah, we did a little bit,
Yes.
but
Yeah, so actually it wasn't a planned feature initially, it was more of an experiment. So, how would the game look like if we had the camera a little bit closer, a little bit to the side? And it honestly worked so well. Like, we showed it to many of our veteran gameplay designers to play around with it, that we decided to make it a full feature. So you can choose to have a new alternative camera mode that is much closer to Geralt. We of course know that people want to have their control, so it works when you're exploring, it works in combat or when you're riding on Roach. But for all of these states, you can actually also choose to have the old camera. So you can combine when I'm exploring, I want to be really close to Geralt, but when I'm on Roach, I actually want to be far away. So essentially you can mix and match.
I like that. That's
when
cool.
I personally play the game now, I choose the alternative new camera all the time. I played The Witcher Wild Hunt many times, so for me it's actually new to play it like this because it makes it feel like a bit of a different game. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the first time we were walking in Novigrad with it, we were like, this is great. Like, well, holy hell, we want that.
Yeah, the angles, how you can walk through the crowd. It feels a bit different. I like it.
yeah, for me, my favorite is like the horse camera. That you can.
It's amazing how
see the
much that
friendship
can
between Geralt
change
and Roach
things.
is
Just
like
the perspective.
dynamic duo. So like that's gonna be my choice for sure. But yeah, the camera looks pretty cool, and I think a lot of people will actually like it and enjoy playing it. Okay, so we covered PC parts. Right now, maybe let's jump to the next gen.
Okay, moving
stuff.
to consoles.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not a next gen update if we don't have two modes. So performance and quality mode for consoles, and 60 and 30 FPS for Series S.
Did we add something specific to those modes?
No.
Maybe?
Yeah, for the Series X and PS5, the quality mode, we do have also the global illumination, ray trace, the ambient occlusion, of course, and of course the SSR will be there. For the console, we also have the FSR2 integrated, as we did for Cyberpunk. So this is ready to go, and of course dynamic resolution scaling to be sure that we get the smooth ride, 60 FPS and 30 FPS.
Mm-hmm. Well, and additionally, if you play on your PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X and S, a lot of those other improvements we made, so the general quality settings, higher textures, level of detail, all of that, of course, is also much higher than it used to be on the old gen consoles. So this will also be looking nicer, no matter if you have quality or performance mode.
Yeah, I think it's much closer to the Ultra than before it on console was way lower. So yeah.
Nice. So it's gonna look great.
Nice.
I mean,
On
it's
PCs, true. But also there's something specific for PS5 players. This really nice controller that they have. So we added haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. Yes, exactly.
I
do
like
we have
that.
anything specific connected to adaptive triggers, maybe?
Well, I mean, I think the thing you notice the most is, of course, in combat. So, when you do your signs, when the sword hits the enemy or hits another sword, you can actually now feel the impact, because it's done with the sound waves of the actual sound. So you do have a bit of more of a visceral feeling when you actually use this controller. So I personally like that one a lot. It's a nice addition that makes the combat feel a bit nicer.
One thing I noticed on the gameplay that we are showing on the screen is that the quick cast. That's another feature that I want to talk about with you guys.
Yeah, so again, similar as the camera, this was an experimental feature. So as you can tell, lots of the veteran developers or new developers working on this project, they just also wanted to do those cool things. And it's one of those elements that personal shout out to Eero Varendi, one of our designers. He actually worked on this personally as his hobby, and then essentially asked, can I try to make a proper version of this in the game? And it essentially means that when you were using signs in the vanilla game, you always went to the radial menu where the time slowed down, you choose your sign, and then you cast it. And now, both on controller and on keyboard, essentially, you do not ever have to go to that radial menu again if you activate that mode. So instead of pressing, let's say, on the controller R2 to cast, you now hold it, and then all the face buttons or L2 become your signs. So A is hard, L2 is Igni. So
I like that.
You can just jump around doing your different signs however you want without having to pause the game.
That's one of those things, like, once you get used to it, it'll be like, why was this ever different?
Now you have to use 2 buttons instead of 1, essentially. So it is, of course, as with the camera, it's a choice that you can activate. And of course, there's also a tutorial.
The Geralt face model looks the same,
but
though.
Personally, as someone who played the game a lot, especially if you have a sign build, I would never want to go back again.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So we're making sign builds pretty much a default, kind of, in the setting?
Not a default, but I would say more direct, less, I would say maybe also, it's not annoying to always have to go back to the menu. So now I can just feel smoothly I'm in combat and I never have to go out of it. So I would say it's more fun that way.
I can definitely see myself messing up with all the buttons.
It's like
but
wrong combo, wrong sign. But it's fine, it's gonna work.
I'm pretty sure, I'll get my head around it. So worry not, we'll see how that works. Okay, we have the quick signs, we have all the, additional gameplay features and that we will be talking about, but this is something I wanna mention because we've seen that also on the gameplay. It's the default map. Like, I've seen a lot of cool filters right there, so maybe
This is something for Philip, definitely.
Yes.
It's personal.
So we added a new filter. I can speak from my personal experience. I was one of the people who added all those smuggler caches in Skellige, and the way this content is meant is, you find it while exploring the world, and it's nice. I found some cool thing, I can go on, but it's not meant necessarily as a checklist. You should do all of those 50 things. And the way the map presented it with, all the question marks, I think for some players made it feel like they have to do all of those things. And of course, the map looked very filled with lots of icons. So we added this new filter that essentially hides those question marks from your map and also hides the boat icons from your map, which means the map is much cleaner now. And you can play the game.
I like that.
Essentially finding those things naturally,
Low-key
not
shade at
feeling
Ubisoft.
forced to do.
They're just
all of
hiding
them.
it.
But
They do the same thing.
Of course, we also know that there are players who like this. There are players who want to get all the content, who want to make sure that they found everything there is to find. So this is
Bunch
only a
of
map filter
tryhards.
default. You can also switch over to the filter all, and then you have all of those icons there. So it's not that we're getting rid of it. It's very much that if you prefer to find these things organically, I think this mode is for you.
I really love how with all of the features that we're talking about, we give a player a choice.
Yeah.
So yes, this is amazing. They can actually, if you liked what was already there, feel free to keep it. If you want to try something new, try it.
Yeah, and that's very much the idea behind this whole Next Gen edition, which is if you really love The Witcher and you know the game, this shouldn't now feel like a different game. This should be the game that you love,
Still the same
that you like
amazing
to play.
experience, yes.
Exactly, and even with the ray tracing, it looks like the game in your dreams that that you remember how it looked like, And when you compare it, the difference is really staggering.
Was that a Yang
But,
Yeah
you know, the
reference?
art style didn't suddenly
When Yang
change.
called Cyberpunk
It's
the
still
game of his
true to what it
dreams.
should be, and it's the same for the features. You can play the game you want to play, but you can also experiment with some new features.
OG way.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I can still go to Skellige and
And
get-
just look for all
look
the
on map and see like where is the map? Okay, okay. You guys mentioned that games from the dream, and it looks amazing. I keep saying that because I'm amazed how good it looks. So I know we added some extra adjustments, right, to environment, to characters and whatnot. Can we maybe mention some of them?
Yeah, we have a lot actually. I think we have a new, all the grass has been improved, almost all the foliage asset has been reworked.
You can
We
tell.
also
yeah.
have a lot of environment mesh changed, so higher resolution, better textures almost for everything. And I think that we also integrated quite a lot of mods, and also on console this time around, not just on PC. So shout out also I think for the HD reworked that we integrated, and also all the monsters, everything has to be have been improved. We also increased the budget for the streaming, so of course that means that the texture will be, of course, higher resolution everywhere.
And yeah, there were many these little projects where old Witcher veterans that had plans to do something. They now had a chance to oh, I'll quickly install the engine for 2 weeks and I'll make some tweaks. So even small things that by themselves don't feel like a lot, but when all of them come together, it's really nice. So now you see smoke come up from villages far in the distance. The cobblestones in Novigrad are not normal maps anymore. They're actually 3D. So all of these things just come
Vista
together.
missing the village, now the village is there.
Yeah, but this is
Yeah.
awesome. We also got updates from the dev team like, oh, look, new grass, check it out. Wow, what a beautiful grass, and new clouds. Wow, they actually, if you look at them side by side, the difference is amazing, even with like this one small change.
Yeah, and this is again, the weather, the clouds, the sky, it's supposed to look like you remember, but a lot of those assets were upgraded or, just similar with the camera, added a bit more variety. So as an example, you might have new weather conditions that weren't there before.
I mean, it all sounds like you guys were super busy, and I know you were even busier than that. But I guess everyone was so happy to jump back to The Witcher, right? To actually give that extra push for one of the best games I've ever played in my life, honestly.
Yeah, I think the whole team was actually quite happy when we discussed about, okay guys, we need to jump to The Witcher. Yep, let's do it. Let's go back, no worries.
Yeah, and shout out to our production team for letting us do a lot of these things, because some of those fixes were also done kind of illegally by people, people assigned to work on Cyberpunk, maybe sneak in 1 hour, oh, I'm gonna help you with that cool thing. So, usually people were very happy to just quickly jump in and do this cool
Confirmed
thing.
illegal. Lock them up.
Amazing. Coming back to our
Just admitted it.
legacy.
Yeah.
Coming back home.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we covered some of the gameplay features. Obviously, there will be more minor tweaks, some fixes and whatnot. We'll definitely get back to it later. But we also hear our community, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, guys, like forums, Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, we read all of that. And it's not only about us as a community team. I'm sure you guys in the dev also go there and check out what our community is
That
requesting.
explains a
what
lot
they're
about
talking about.
Cyberpunk.
So we read that and we actually put some of those
It all
stuff
makes sense
to
now.
life. So, for example, in this update, we are giving you some additional modes for Geralt to walk. So on the controller. So if you push the stick very lightly, he's gonna walk slowly, and if you
Thank
tap
God.
it, he's gonna sprint.
So
Thank you.
boss walk girl. I like it. He'll be like, I'm the king.
Drove me
now.
crazy.
And it's actually also an option again where in the vanilla game you press your A button on the controller to sprint, but also actually lots of other games people prefer that
on the stick.
on the stick. And this is also something that we don't change by default, but if you want it, you can activate it for yourself.
I like that.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So other requests also something that you probably already saw in the gameplay that we were showing you. You can now scale subtitles. So if you don't see that well, or if you want to have an easier experience with the game, you can now make them bigger, make them smaller, whichever you like. It's just something that I think is going to be useful for all of us.
Yeah, I think in my times of 2015 being tech support representative, we've got a lot of requests for scaled subtitles, so I'm pretty sure people will be happy. But this is one of the requests. But the other thing, I'm pretty sure we want to cover that.
Oh yeah.
Is the 2 quest fixes. Specific.
Two specific quest fixes. Yeah, you guys probably know this quest because comments about that pop up even now. Like, please fix that.
Oh, yeah.
And we are fixing that. We are fixing From Ophir's Shore, and the wolf armor hand. So.
Yeah, and we tried to do the tricky way of also, if you played the game previously and it actually is broken on your save, when you install the patch, it should actually now also work retroactively.
Oh, that's cool.
And actually, those are the 2 famous ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there are actually quite a bunch more
of
that
course.
we actually also fixed. So, there's a certain smith who sometimes didn't like to talk to you. That one should work now. And, lots of just small
You can tell the
issues,
guy
like
on
we
the
actually
left
did
is the one who had to
another QA
figure
pass of
out
the
why
game,
they didn't
stutters
work.
in
It's like,
cutscenes,
yeah, that one was
small
fun.
stuff that we just try to add more polish.
Speaking of cutscenes,
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned something
Yes.
behind the scenes to me.
Before we started.
Yeah, it's a nice quality of life improvement. So, our code team actually did a fix because, it actually isn't that easy to pull it off. There's a reason why it was like that in the vanilla game, that now during scenes and cutscenes, you can pause the game. Some people might not even remember that wasn't possible,
Yeah.
but that actually is
Sorry about
possible
that.
now. Yeah, so if you have someone at the door or you need to go to the toilet while a scene is playing, you can pause it now. It's nice quality.
I do remember that.
So
It
we
was
won't have
really weird.
Mom, no, I can't pause it.
Well,
Not
if you
anymore.
use it as an excuse, you can still do it.
Okay.
Okay, so scaled subtitles fixes to the 2 most famous or maybe infamous
And more
quests.
also.
But we also adding a new subtitles.
Yes, I mean, it's not only subtitles, it's the entire voiceover for the game, so actual dubbing. We are adding Chinese simplified. So now the game will be fully voiced in Chinese, and this is a lot of players that can enjoy the game in their native
That's big for
language.
business.
So I hope you guys like it. But besides that, there are also some improvements to other languages, so hopefully the experience will be better in those as well.
Can it even get any better?
I mean, we
What a
we
question.
have some more stuff. I think like some minimap. That's something I heard that there was some cool feature about minimap.
Yeah, so, it's again a smaller feature. So, I don't want to oversell all of these things, but it's nice quality of life stuff. So in the main game, you could have your mini-map, your quest objectives always showing, or you could turn
I
those
like
off.
that.
But then they were off.
Lukey likey that.
Exactly. Until you turn them on again in the main menu. But essentially, we
Look
try
how
to
clean
make a
that
hybrid
is.
mode of this. So when you're just exploring, walking around, those things will be invisible. But of course, you can, if you want to check the minimap to know you're going in the right direction, you can just press your focus mode button and then it will show for, a long, 7 seconds or so. So you have time to orient yourself until it nicely disappears again. But if you keep wanting to just have it there for a long time, you can just hold the button. So, also, or if you're in combat, the mini-map and your objective, they do then also just
Stay.
dynamically show up, so you know you have all of your information. So we just try to give you more choice with this.
Hopefully I won't get lost. Hopefully.
But you can still
Can't
keep.
promise.
You still have the choice. You can still keep the minimap. That's
Yeah,
all about
I
this
think
update.
I'm gonna try to actually get the full exploration mode, in my next gameplay. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I will get lost.
Yeah, same.
I mean, it's forest, rivers, it's all beautiful, so I'm not gonna even
I
be
think
mad.
Night City is easier because the streets, and here I just get lost in the forest.
But it's even if you get lost, right? You're surrounded by all this beauty.
Yeah.
You just look and you can hear the trees, you can hear the wind. You can even hear those small kids singing something in there,
Creepy song
Right.
about the Master Mirror.
for example. But it just you're not feeling even mad for being lost. So that's super really cool. Okay, so we've been talking for a while now. We mentioned some major stuff that are coming to the patch, but we also adding some minor tweaks, improvements here and there. So it won't be just what we're talking here, right? And as a reminder, update will be free, and it's also an upgrade, right, from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 from Xbox to Series X and S, right? So, it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna have patch notes before, hopefully December 14th, so you can check out all the changes, but I'm pretty sure that we won't be able to fit all of them
There's
into
a lot
the
of surprise also.
Yeah. I mean, we like surprises. You probably know that. So we keep some stuff hidden for you to discover while you're playing the game.
Exactly. The patch note, various little improvements and surprises. I think that's the best patch note.
I think one surprise that we can just
I'm interested in that. What
slightly
are they
show,
hiding?
Maybe it's the
one that
something
we
that we announced already during the WitcherCon, so the Netflix DLC quest. We will be showing, or we are actually showing right now, the very, very beginning of the quest, but we're not gonna dive in.
Yes, it's very important. We don't want to spoil anything, because the thing is, I also don't want to oversell it. We just thought that if we're offering those new, armors, swords, items, that we just want to make it feel a bit more part of the game. Yeah. And of course, if it's a cool armor, as with other armors in the game, there should be some quest or content connected to it. So we tried to, make a quest that makes it part of the game, so
and
it feels
chose a very cool
nice.
place for that
yes.
quest.
Yeah. So if you're a big Witcher fan, that place, it's very famous for people wondering what is going on there. What is so
something
we actually
should be there.
Exactly, and now something
surprise
is there. Yeah, and again, it was more of an improvised thing where so many Witcher veterans, we just like, hey, can you help us with this? Can you help us with this? And in the end, it came together really nicely.
Yeah, but I think it was not so improvised afterwards, because we even brought our voice actors back to record some lines for the quest, right?
Yeah, so we almost forced the hand of our localization by, maybe, we'll just have 50 lines, or maybe, so it worked out really well. And it was really nice to just hear all the Geralts again, to be honest. As Doug Cockle or, all the other
New Liam
actors.
Hemsworth skin
cool.
coming soon.
Okay, so I finished the quest, and I don't get the armor, I get the schematics.
Yeah, you have to put in some work.
Yes.
But I think apart from, Geralt Season 1 and Season 2, armor and swords, we also have 2 extra things from the Netflix.
Yes. So we have Jaskier Dandelion,
Oh,
whichever
wow.
name we are using here. We have an alternative outfit for him, and you can actually just switch it on from the get-go in the menu. Yeah. And one fun thing that we added is a Nilfgaard armor. If you turn it on and go to the Nilfgaard card, you can see what we actually what it looks like.
Okay, so I think we covered most of the things that we wanted to talk about today. We left only one thing that people already know from Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah. This is the feature. If you play Cyberpunk, you know it. The cross saves.
Cross progression.
Cross progression. So if you log into your GOG account on your PC, PS5, Xbox, etc., you can easily just move your saves from one platform to another.
Ooh.
So you started on PC a while back. Now you bought PS5. You want to play the same playthrough. No problem. Your saves will sync, and you can easily start from where you finished last time.
Okay. I think that's it for today.
I mean, that's not it. Obviously, there was going to be much more in the update, in the patch notes. We'll be talking about the update for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But this is it for today's stream.
Yes.
So, remember, guys, the update is free if you're already on the game. Just be ready. December 14th.
Prepare your butts.
Coming fast, exactly. And I think before we leave, we have one tiny, maybe not that tiny, but thing for you to watch after we're off. And yeah, we
A
all
tidy
invite you
thing.
to play The Witcher once again with whatever settings you want. Tell us what you think about this update. We cannot wait to see the screenshots, all the, all your feedback. Maybe there will be, something that you wanna also have included. Maybe we'll do some extra mod magic again. Who knows? But yeah, guys, see you offline and online because we have one very small thing prepared for you closer to the release. We're not gonna spoil it, but it's gonna be super cool. And yeah, see you December 14th.
That's right. It's another like anime
Bye, guys.
statue.
Bye.
Nilfgaard's crossed the Pontar in the east. Means war's coming.
War changes everything.
By order of the Hierarch, whosoever conceals a mage in their home shall burn alongside him or her.
Nilfgaard on one bank, Redania on the other, drooling over the city like dogs over a juicy bone.
We are at war, and she's in danger. You will find her and bring her to me.
She's a child of the Elder Blood. I've got to find Ciri.
And if you find her, the girl will die.
Our world will burn! Burn in the eternal fire! Why are you helping her?
Because she's a danger, a mortal one, a power that can destroy the world.
You must find her, Geralt. Before the Wild Hunt does.
I will find her, or someone who knows what happened to her.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
A legend cannot be killed, can it?
The Wild Hunt will be here soon. They're coming for Ciri.
Hold them back!
I've long awaited this, and you, White Wolf.
That looks legitness. That's a well done trailer too. Goodness gracious. It's just well done. So, I mean, for one, I'm confused. I think at the outset why they changed the character model of Geralt on all the stuff. I don't know why. I guess it was just for cover art, but whatever. Not a huge deal. In terms of actual performance improvements, I mean, the ray tracing is a big deal. The quest fixes are a big deal. Weirdly, the camera options are, I did not expect that. So to see camera angle changes, that's, I'm about it. I just did not expect to see that. What else? Photo mode. Some people are going to lose their minds for that. I'll give them credit for that. Yeah, I mean, like, no Whoreson Jr. in the trailer. They couldn't have everything, I mean, honestly, it just looks like a solid improvement. I honestly, if they had just gone and come out with like, we render in 4K natively and 60 FPS for performance mode, and we now allow you to do cross saves and there's photo mode, I think that would have been just fine. But they added a lot, and you can tell it's funny, that one comment that's like, oh, all of a sudden CD Projekt or Cyberpunk 2077 makes a lot of sense. Like all of a sudden, yeah, they were leaving their desks working on Cyberpunk to go and work on this. And I think it's because the passion, there was a lot of passion with The Witcher. I'm not sure if the same passion was there for Cyberpunk, at least at the same time. But the new Dandelion looks creepy AF. He's just clean shaven. I think that's it. It's free. Yeah, no, exactly. And it's for free. That's pretty great. The cross saves, I'm all about that. Because that even worked. They had that for the Switch version and the Steam version. So they could cross save through GOG. And now they're bringing that to Xbox and PS5. So you'll be able to do cross saves across all of that, which is awesome. Because I have one save I played, like my very first run through of The Witcher 3, and I have very unique armor, very unique swords and stuff that people ask me all the time where I got them. And I love that save so much. It's near and dear to me. And that's my like cloud save. That's the one I will never delete if I can help it. But an entire where to go? Entire stream for 10 features. Yeah, I mean for a free update for a game that released 7 years ago. And yes, it was 7 years ago. Do you feel old yet? 7 years ago. It's insane. But I mean it's not for everybody, but being a free update, I mean that's pretty baller. Rocky, I might leave you no choice. Yeah, peaked. I think we peaked around 2,100 people, which is pretty insane. I mean, it's normal whenever there's a big event like this to see that, but like to put it in perspective, Hogwarts Legacy, I think we had like 500 people, maybe 600 at peak. And so it just really goes to show you the sheer love that people have for The Witcher. It's something else, man. It really is. Skyrim is only 89 years from being 100 years old. Yeah, they're on their way. Yeah, those weird, gross Nilfgaardian armor sets. Yeah, those things look disgusting. They're bringing it back. Oh, we peaked at 800? Really? Oh. Interesting choice. They didn't show side-by-side comparisons. That was also interesting. Like, I think they could have come out and just been like, this is it running on the base PS4. This is what it looked like at launch. But they didn't do that. I agree. That was weird. Everybody liked the stream, by the way. Sorry, during the event I was distracted, but I would appreciate likes. Like me so I feel validated. Because this is all I have. All I have. Witcher 3 is the only game that feels like returning home whenever I go back to it. Yeah, I like the common question people ask, like, if you could wipe your memory of one game and re-experience it for the first time, what would it be? And for me, it's like one of three. It's The Witcher 3, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Red Dead Redemption 2. If I could wipe any of those from my memory and live them again for the first time, easily, instantly, one of those. Series S did not get ray tracing. It's so funny. Like, pretty clearly, the Series S is a bottleneck. It just is. For anybody to say that it's not is insane. Like, it is the weakest console that's currently considered, like, current gen. So clearly it's going to be limited. Like, I don't see why this is controversial. And then, like, Xbox will point to the guys that did Evil West, and like some of them, or one of the reviewers or one of the developers said, no, we weren't held back by the Series S at all. But it's like, yeah, the game runs on the base PS4. I bet you weren't. Why would you have been held back by the Series S? Nobody's saying that. Like, the Series S is in line with like the Xbox One X. That's pretty much what you would compare it to. So, like, of course, the base PS4, if it's running on that, it'll run on the Series S. That doesn't make any sense at all. But the main concern with the Series S is in like 5 years, in 3-4 years, like when these developers have had these consoles for a while and really are pushing them to their limits, what is it going to look like, when they're trying to make that work, you know? Strong enough for at least 30 FPS on Gotham Knights. Barely. Barely. At times, my 3080 wasn't getting 30 FPS in Gotham Knights. That was definitely more of a Gotham Knights issue. Let's see. Nomius, you're being a bit of a Debbie Downer. Okay. You know what they say about Debbie Downers? Okay. You bring people down. Don't be a Debbie Downer. Nobody likes a Debbie Downer. Don't do it. Yeah, Jay, the event did happen. If you want, because we're streaming on YouTube, and YouTube seems to be a better streaming platform than Twitch, you can actually just rewind in the VOD and watch the event right now, instantly, easy peasy, which is pretty cool. I need to make the text bigger on this. Mr. Mackey, yeah, Mr. Mackey. You can't go wrong with Mr. Mackey. We love you too. Much love, much love. You think the big surprise will be multiplayer? I didn't hear big surprise. I heard we have a little surprise closer to launch that we'll share with you. I would bet a lot of money it's not multiplayer. If you start getting hyped up thinking it's multiplayer, you're going to be very disappointed. You can't just add multiplayer, you know, like it's a whole mess. Like they were saying it was extremely difficult just getting pause to work during cutscenes. If pausing during a cutscene was considered a challenge, they're not adding multiplayer. Like let's just be completely honest, okay? It's not that easy. It really isn't. Oh, Gotham Knights. Oh, it's just cinematic performance. Oh, that was my bad. That was my bad. Like, I think I could actually play a game at 24 FPS if it was locked at 24. It would suck, but I think I could do it. The problem is when it goes from like 60 to 20 to 80 to 22. Like, that makes me motion sick. That makes me want to puke. My brain does not handle that well at all. Is UB capable of offering next gen update quality as CD Projekt Red? They're certainly capable of it. I don't know. From what I've been told, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla is actually technically a very impressive game, and that engine is actually very technically proficient. The question is just like artistically, does it hold up? Narratively, does it hold up? I would say probably no, but the engine is very powerful. Series S is only a bottleneck for current gen only. Yeah. Valhalla had a lot of stuff that was very pretty. Watch Dogs next gen update when? Oh, we'll see. Playing at 144p looks so much better. Oh, is the VOD in 144p? Yeah, it might have to process before it lets you watch it back at 1080. That's funny. I will say, guys, I do think after we finish this stream, you should go up. I would imagine they have a full 4K version of all of the footage they showed here posted on their official channels pretty soon in the next few hours. And that you should watch, because you got to remember, I'm watching it through Twitch, which is notoriously blurry. And then you're watching my stream, which is capturing and reprocessing the Twitch footage. So you're seeing it like triple compressed. Their compression, Twitch's, mine going to yours. Like it's a lot. So yeah, they posted it perfect, Zelma. Yeah, if you can go watch it natively, I think do that, and you'll see just how sharp it looks. Hey, look, you know how Caleb's a big For Honor fan? I know he's played For Honor before. I don't know when the last time he was. He's been playing a lot of whatever the Warhammer Darktide. Uh-oh. What is this? What is this? Hold on, the chat's catching up.
16 times the detail.
16 times the detail. I can't wait to share with you guys the merch. We've got some baller merch coming. Just wait. Oh, look at that. Wow. For Honor, Apollyon, maybe? Collector's Edition, no game. It's a cool statue. Honestly. If you show this to a handful of random people, I bet they would, like 99% of them would tell you this was for Elden Ring. I would guess most of them tell you that. The helmet's a little bit of a giveaway, but I would guess a lot of people would be mistaken and would think that that was Elden Ring. That's funny. Luke and Fall Out Boy style with 16x? Sort of. The Vault Boy is really tricky. I don't know if there's a way for us to do that without infringing copyright, but we do have like a 16 times the detail theme for a few items in the merch drop that are they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I had the samples shipped to me. They should be getting here probably by the end of the week, and so I'll try them out. I'll see if I'm happy with the quality, and if I am, we'll probably launch the stream or launch the merch line next week, which would be pretty cool. The Valhalla costume already. I did find, so we donated the hoodie to like Goodwill or something. However, I found the picture I took when I first got the jumpsuit. I took a picture in Nikki's big mirror at our old apartment. And I found that picture again, and it's just so horrible. It's so funny. Props to CDPR. They could have just not done, but it was nice of them. We would never see a studio like Rockstar do this, for example. Yeah, even when they could charge people for it, Rockstar still can't manage to do it. What theme did you go for the desk pad? We are taking inspiration from actually the Rocky Mountains. Because basically from my backyard, we have a beautiful view of the mountains. And so we're taking kind of inspiration from that specific mountain line. I was going to say skyline, but it's more of a mountain line. So we're taking inspiration from that, and then we're going to turn that into a scalable art piece for different sizes of stuff. So it should be really good. I'm really excited. But I have not seen it yet. Rare Watch Dogs Legion Collector's Edition. Dude, I have this thing, and I kind of want to get rid of it because it takes up so much space. They want $7.46 for it. Can you wear the mask? No. I have it. Here, I'll show you. I have this exact thing. This is it. This comes off. It's just a mask. And then let's see if it still has battery. It's trying so hard. Then the crown glows. For some reason. Look how bright. This is it on. That's it off. On. Off. So, I don't know. Like, it's cool looking, I guess, but like, what am I supposed to do with this? You know? Especially compared to some of the other statuettes and stuff I have, it just doesn't hold up, you know? Slightly better than the floating wand. Yeah, that damn collector's edition. Oh man, I think I'm gonna, the only way I'm gonna be able to get a review code for Hogwarts Legacy is if this agency out of LA gets it for me. They'll be like, we're representing a YouTuber with a large gaming following who'd like to review your game. Could we please get a code? And then they're going to be like, yeah, sure. Who is it? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because that video of me, like if we just look up Hogwarts Legacy Collector's Edition. No, they overtook me. Okay, so I might stand a chance. The Collector's Edition unboxing, 590,000 views. My video making fun of it, that's titled The Hogwarts Legacy Collector's Edition is Hilariously Terrible, has 585,000. So I wouldn't blame them if they're like, no, screw that guy. But we'll just have to see. I would love to review it, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. You're gonna do favors. Yeah. It's like one of those setups for one of those very legitimate movies. Oh, Mr. Warner Brothers, I would do anything for a review code. Anything at all. What could I do? Oh, I can think of something. Wow, 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 wow. I would have liked Hogwarts Legacy a lot more if it wasn't the same watered down video over and over again. Remove the damn Twitch. I did realize that last night. I'm very sorry. Yeah, it's the Twitch link is still there. I have to basically take all these assets into Photoshop, cut that out, stitch them back together. So yeah, it's a whole thing. Here, I'll make you happy. Here, hold on. There we go. Done. Yeah, it's I appreciate the transparency. You know, they don't have to be this transparent. They don't have to show off this much, especially for a game that has this much in demand. But still, I can see how it feels like they've kind of been shown the same thing over and over again. I have no shame. I'll definitely be laid on my back for some review codes. Hey, it's just business. It's just business. No, Nikki, it was just business. Oh, geez. 19K views on this channel, so technically your videos on the Hogwarts Legacy Collector's Edition have more views in total than theirs. Oh, well, thank you, Name It. You know what? I'll take it. I'll work with that. It was funny. Like, I had done the thing for the Clips channel, and I was like, totally run out of ideas. I was like, what do I make a video on? I'm waiting for like God of War review codes. Maybe I'll get that, maybe not. I don't know. And so I was like, just cautiously waiting. And I was like, okay, screw it. I've already done a video on it, but I'll make a main channel video on the collector's edition for Hogwarts Legacy. And then it ended up doing pretty well. It's just like, it's so bad, dude. It's so bad. Is it closer? Yes, they did, Brumuk. You can get right up next to that booty. Oh, yes. Yeah, Mr. Bendover. Mr. Bendover. Certified game reviewer. Don't watch Netflix's Blonde. It almost made me puke. I don't even know what that is, so no risk there. I don't even have a Netflix subscription. The only thing Nikki and I ever watched on there was that like Nailed It cooking show where they have people who don't know how to bake like cakes and stuff. And eventually I was just like, it's not that entertaining anymore. It's just like a bunch of people yelling and being loud, and it's like, that's funny, right? And it's like, well, I mean, it's loud. And they're like, yeah, funny. It's like, no. So I just kind of moved on. Let's see. Don't forget the Amazing Witcher show on Netflix. I did watch that. Yeah, the season 2. I was trying so hard to like it. But damn, they make it really, really tough. Really tough to sympathize with them. It's the worst and most inaccurate biopic of Marilyn Monroe. Isn't that the one that got like a 10-minute standing ovation or something? Because it was brave. I don't know. I'm not that interested in it to begin with. Have I watched John Wick yet? No, not yet. I do have it on my my like actual up next though. So just whenever I get the time, probably during Thanksgiving break, I'll probably set aside time and watch it. Just watch Witcher 3 Next Gen on 4K YouTube. It rocks. Yeah, I think it looks, from my end, it looked pretty good. And I'll be watching the 4K version after this. I felt exhausted and walked away wanting her to die in the movie because she was so exhausting to watch. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, Dreamin', we did. The event took place, started just under an hour ago. So if you go back, watch the VOD, you can see that. Or if you want to go and just look up Witcher 3 Next Gen, they have the 4K version up. So, Luke, hear me out. We do a candid stream, members only, and fix the stream whatever we want to fix, and chat can help us too. That could be fun if people actually wanted to come out to that. That'd be cool. But like, if you scroll back up through the chat, like even right now, we have a lot of people in here. I appreciate every single one of you. But like, even out of this group, there aren't like a ton of members, and so like it's quite possible that the member only stream, only has 5 to 10 people in it, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but I guess you're right. Like it's hard to pitch it as like we have member only streams if we don't do member only streams, so I guess I could see that. It'll be very intimate. I would do anything for you guys to come out to the members only stream. Anything at all. Do you guys remember Boogie2988? Do you guys remember that guy? He recently, it's, maybe it's a midlife crisis. Maybe it's just a total spiral. I don't actually know if I can show his Twitter on stream. But basically, he has started an OnlyFans account, and apparently he's like doing pretty well on OnlyFans, which is horrifying. It's just like, oh, well, I used to watch Boogie back in the day, man. Like back 13, 14, 15, I watched Boogie a ton. And then something happened, man. I should do it too. Yeah, the OnlyFans. Oh man, some of those people, they make ridiculous amounts of money doing it. It's like actually crazy. Gotta subscribe to, but I'll be real though. I've been kind of curious. I've been like, okay, so he has like a really popular OnlyFans. Like, what's so good about it? Now I'm like, it's only $5. Then I'm like, am I really thinking of subscribing to a morbidly obese man's OnlyFans? Who's like, he's got to be going on 50 years or something. 50 years old? I don't know. I'm not going to, but the thought crossed my mind, which scares me. Destiny 2. I have thought about playing Destiny. I don't know. I'm just worried it's going to be like one of those. I'm worried it's going to be like one of those games where I try it and then I'm way out of pace with everybody else. Like trying to casually jump into like Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six is probably a good comparison because it's just like you're so far behind the moment you start. Yeah. You gonna play Callisto? Yeah, no, we'll play Callisto Protocol. I'm hoping to get a review code too. We'll see. I think people just like to watch a train wreck. Yeah. Well, and I don't think it's a coincidence that people started hating Boogie very soon after he initially lost a lot of weight. And I think it's because there were a lot of people who liked him being the big, goofy, like, grandpa of gaming. And then once he started losing weight, he got his teeth replaced. All of a sudden, he wasn't like the big, goofy guy that you felt weirdly superior to or that you found relatable because he was just a cool guy despite, these difficulties he had. And instead, he just kind of became full of himself. And the other big problem is that he got really close to that McJuggernuggets guy. and thought he was like a real friend. And that kid basically drove his career into the dirt. Which, I mean, anybody could have warned you, but I just saw leaked Boogie OnlyFans. If you need someone to talk to, just well, Stefan, like I saw those clips of people, like I used to be in the streams that Boogie would do. And I've seen the clips that people have posted to like Twitter trying to say like, look, Boogie's clearly insane, where he's like in a hotel room and it's a 2-bedroom or a 2-bed hotel room. He's like, yeah, I got 2 mattresses, one for me and one for my hooker. I'm like, it's clearly a joke. And people are like, so clearly he was discussing openly hiring prostitutes. Like, guys, no, it's like, that's a joke. Like, what on earth are you talking about? I'm baffled. But I just, I don't know. There were other things he said that were insensitive. Like, sure. Or like he would be on stream and he'd be playing co-op. And like one time, I think he was dropping into like, it was like PUBG or something. They were playing a battle royale and Boogie said to the guy through voice chat who he was playing with. And he's like, so, how you doing? The guy's like, I'm good. He's like, okay. So are your parents alive? And he's like, yeah. Are they divorced? Yeah, they are divorced. Okay, so then I'll take the lead on this drop then. You know, because you're from a broken family and you might, you know, it's probably just safer if I take the lead. The guy's like, what on earth are you talking about? And like, Boogie said that just casually on stream. I've heard many other streamers say things way more edgy than that. And like, they're not canceled. Nick Merckx regularly says stuff that's like kind of low-key homophobic. He's doing great. He does it all the time. And like, you know, you don't even have to point to some of the more extreme examples of Twitch streamers. Like there are some, I can't, Mizkif, I think is one of them. He's gotten in his own set of scandals. There are people who have openly promoted gambling. And like that guy Speed, just the other day, he was caught promoting a crypto scam. Like not even crypto, like a crypto scam, like an actual scam. Like the BitConnect thing. You guys remember BitConnect? He's like doing one of those things. And I just like, I think if you want to bash Boogie for a handful of reasons, there's stuff you can point to and like you can give him crap for. I don't know if like the weird comments, like the edgy comments and jokes on stream is the way to go about it, you know? I think you can point at it and be like, listen, dude, you constantly have used your mental illness for social cred. That's a problem. Like, I cannot stand it when people are like kind of trying to use mental illness to get attention, you know? I don't like that. I'm not down for that. But they're like, oh, I have depression. So like, if you guys don't subscribe enough, I'm going to jump off a bridge. Like, that's not cool. That's not okay for anybody to do. And Boogie was doing all sorts of stuff like that. It's the same crap that Wings of Redemption did. It's the same stuff that Spoonie did. And it's just not okay, you know? I think it's that the public has issues with like realizing that the good guys and the people that they thought were all that in a bag of chips, realizing that they're not actually as tremendous as they thought they were, you know? Adrian, thank you so much. Thank you. I can check DMs. Hold on. Let's see. Sophie is asking, did I ever play Shrek 2 as a kid? I want Luke to play it on stream. I never did. I think that's the same game that Nikki was talking about that she played as a kid. Hold on. Shrek 2. This one? Hold on. Screen share. Do you guys know of a way to get this working with like... Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, threw it up. My headphone attacked me. This thing?
Her parents invited her and...
Dude, look at that Shrek model.
In short...
Honestly, it looks pretty good. For like a PS2 game. I do think Shrek 2 is one of the best movies in recent memory. It's tremendous. Yeah, Elliot, it's been a good day. It's been a good day. Our peak during the presentation was like 2,100 viewers concurrent, which is crazy. I can tell Lachlan is playing upstairs right above me because I can hear him throwing his toys on the floor. Yeah, you could DM me some of the emulator stuff. I can mess around with it because I've wanted to try this. I thought about trying like Animal Crossing City Folk and some other various old school games. I was gonna talk to Jacob about just getting the old consoles and capturing direct off of that, but yeah, man, look at this. Dude, these old school PS2 games, they don't make them like this anymore. How does Red Dead 2 run on Steam Deck? I'll be real, I've used it. I'll try to play it. It runs pretty well on low settings, but it crashes intermittently. Sometimes it crashes after like an hour and a half. Other times it crashes after 10 minutes. It's really inconsistent. I don't know why, but I've tried it and it's just very finicky. Big plans for Thanksgiving? Not really. We're going to go way up into the mountains to a family cabin. And we're just going to like take it easy, take the weekend easy. I will have the Gotham Knights critique going up tomorrow. That's the plan. And then I will have on Monday a video on... Do I want to spoil it? I don't know. I could spoil whatever. But the Gotham Knights is the big one that I'm mainly excited for. But Monday I will also be posting a video from Battlefront 2 because I wanted to go back. People were like, "Oh, it's good now. They fixed it." So I was like, "Okay, challenge accepted. Let's see if they actually fixed it." Short answer, sort of. No stream on Friday. Yeah, no stream on Friday, Imperium. I will be out of town, but I will be back Monday. Let's see. Recently, a deck update fixed Red Dead 2 allegedly. I will have to try it again. I'll have to try that.
You stupid fuck.
That's I meant to play that, but instead I played a clip of Cammy calling you a stupid. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean it. It was just out of nowhere. I'm like, yeah, that's really great, guys. Thank you so much. You stupid. Oh, sorry. I go hardcore, guys. I go hardcore. That doesn't sound about made me think it was Keira Knightley. Yeah, I miss Yeah, I miss Cammy. Sorry, I got distracted by the wolf in the dress. I miss Cammy a lot. It was so fun, but I like I said, I do not blame her for being like, I'm kind of sick of like dealing with people trying to find my home address to send me like letters and love letters and requests for like used clothing and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to deal with that either. I am stupid, but I'm not. She laughed. No, she basically, we made all of those knit grid and the it's the lag stuff. We did all of that during the height of like COVID and lockdown. And so for her, she was stuck at home and she was like, yeah, this is a fun outlet and a good thing to do. And she was making a little bit of money from it, what I could pay her at least. But eventually lockdowns lifted and all of that changed. And then she was like, okay, well then what now? Like what now? And I was also kind of frustrated because I was also struggling with trying to find a way to make it work because I felt like, you know, the knit grit stuff wasn't getting great views and the it's the lag stuff wasn't getting great views and it was expensive and we were working really hard and it just wasn't working. And so I was trying to find a fix and then she was also getting kind of fed up with it, which I totally understand. So, you know, it just didn't work out. So she went and got like a big girl job at I think it was a government agency or something in the UK. I don't know if she ended up getting the job, but I know she was looking at that and some like marketing jobs and stuff. So I wrote her a letter of recommendation and I'd happily work with her again whenever. I've thought about bringing her back in for guest stuff every once in a while. Like she still plays games. She didn't walk away from gaming or anything. It was just she got kind of fed up with the crap you have to deal with as a female in like games videos and stuff, where it was a lot of just screen time, and then also she had to deal with some weirdos that can't take no for an answer, and you know. Last thing she streamed was Elden Ring. Yeah. Can't wait for Jacob to leave. Yeah, for real, Adrian. I wish it would too. It's just infuriating that like she would be streaming. I think she was streaming like Bloodborne or something, and then she was casually mentioning like, yeah, no, somebody came into my stream and was just like, lol, not enough cleavage. Bye. And like she would have to deal with comments like that all the time. I'm like, yeah, after a while I would probably also get sick of it. You know, I would totally get that. So it's just unfortunate. And then she had other people that were being extra creepy, trying to like get a hold of personal contact information and stuff. And it just sucks. She's a tremendous writer. She really is. Like if she ever came back and she's like, hey, I want to write for you. If I can find a way to make it work, I'll do it. It's just a matter of figuring it out. But what she was really, really good at was like the Cyberpunk video, the Last of Us Part 2 video, those videos would not have been made if Cammy weren't helping me. I could not have done that. So I would happily work with her again if she saw it fit and wanted to tackle it. Yeah, the God of War Ascension thing is cool. Huh. But what are you going to do? I make terrible comments every now and then too. Just ask Rocky, but geez, I have limits too. Yeah, it's just like when people unironically try to get a hold of you to ask for like used underwear and stuff. I don't think Cammy ever had to deal with that, but I had another person I was working on like a collaboration with, and it eventually fell through for a handful of reasons, but we were working on that, and she was having people reach out to try and get used clothing pieces from her, and it's just like, guys, Imperium, Luke, I only asked you for that one time. Let it go. Yeah, sorry. And I'm the weird one for wanting that. Do you get asked? No, it's funny though. It's funny because it's whenever I'm clean shaven. Yeah, Rocky knows what I'm referring to. Whenever I was clean shaven and I looked very like prim and proper, I would constantly get comments. And this was back when the YouTube channel had maybe 1,000, 2,000 subs. Very small channel. But I would get all these comments from people who were like, "Oh, you're beautiful. What a beautiful young man." One guy I remember, his picture was really scary. Like, it was this bald guy. He had cracked teeth. Like, he looked to maybe weigh 500-600 pounds. And he would say like, "Oh, what I would do just to hold you in my arms, Luke. What a beautiful, thoughtful young man." Like, okay, awkward. Luke, I'll give you 32 and a half Tumpkins for that. Yeah, that's good. That's a good offer. That's a good offer. Yeah, thoughtful young man. Ooga booga. Now everybody's going to spam that randomly. It's just like, you know what? Good for you. If you want to fantasize, whatever. But it was like actually kind of weird. I don't know if those guys are still on the channel. I don't know if I grew too old and they've lost interest. At this point, all the comments would just drown out anyway, so I wouldn't ever see them regardless. But it was like, I remember that very vividly. And there were a handful of guys that would do that. You can so tell the guy wrote a Luke Stevens fan fiction. Yeah. What's Zevia? Zevia is a 0-calorie like soda, but it's not like LaCroix where it tastes like nothing. It's flavored with stevia, which is a 0-calorie natural like sugar substitute. So it's sweet like a soda would be, but 0 calorie. And it's made based off of some little plant in the middle of nowhere. But it actually is very, very, very good. I actually found out about this, cringe real quick, buckle up, from Joe Rogan. He actually hyped these things up because they were 0 calorie. He swears by stevia and Zevia stuff. And so I tried it and it's tremendous. Serious question. You reckon if someone want to get into YouTube doing critiques, they can have some success? I do think so. I just think you have to have a pretty unique spin. And I do not envy people nowadays trying to get into it because the quality standard has spiked for critiques. You need much better audio than you needed when I started. You need, if you're going to do face cam and stuff, you need a better camera. You need pretty good editing. Like there's a lot of pieces that go into it. And even then, like I'll occasionally see in my recommended feed, I'll see critiques of well-known games, like of God of War 2018, a retrospective or whatever, and it's got like 20,000 views and it's 5 hours long. And it's like, this person spent months working on that and they made enough ad revenue maybe to buy a couple cups of coffee. You know? Maybe. So it's very competitive. Honestly, what I would do is I would work on big critiques and then I would find a way to repackage them into smaller form factor stuff under 60 seconds. Like have a bunch of little comedic bits or something in your big critique. And then you go in and each of those little comedic bits, you cut into a 60-second highlight and post that to TikTok. Tell them at the end of the TikTok, the full critique is up on my YouTube, and then send them off that way. You just have to find more creative ways to grow. You can't just rely on the YouTube algorithm anymore, I don't think. Like you can, it'll just take you a while. Like it's taken me 5 years of fairly consistent work. Honestly, probably 4 years of consistent work in the gaming space, because 5 years ago, I also did vlogs for a whole summer and basically didn't do any gaming stuff through a lot of 2017. So that was a big part of it. But like 4 years of very heavy grinding on this to get to where I am now. And I think like there are some people that start on TikTok and they're at my level within 6 months. So, you know. Have you seen the Untangling God of War video by Good Blood? That editing is preem. I have not. I have not seen that. What are your thoughts on Manchester United sacking Ronaldo and going up for sale? I would be lying if I pretended to know anything in detail about that. I would say I don't have a lot of sympathy for Ronaldo. He seems like a prick from what I've heard. But, you know, who knows? He's a guy that makes something insane. Like, out of the hours he works, he makes something like $97,000 an hour or something. Like, I don't know. Have you ever played FIFA? Not really. I've never been that into soccer or football or... Sorry. I've never been into football or American football or any of that. Like, never been that into it. All I know is, like, Ronaldo, I've seen videos of him. I follow a bunch of, like, Rolex dealers and stuff on TikTok. It's one of my guilty pleasures is to see, like, some of these crazy watches that some of these guys have. I just find it interesting. And Ronaldo has a collection that's insane. Crazy expensive watches. But every time he comes on screen, he is just one of the most smackable people. Like, he just seems like an insufferable prick. That's me, though. That's just my opinion. But it seems like even his fans are like, no, he's a prick. Yeah, I hate him, but, like, he's really good. It seems like that's the vibe. Don't call it soccer. Let's see. How do I structure my scripts properly? Psycho, I just look up the classical. What would they actually call it? I think they would just call it the. Hold on. Yeah, it's just this. No, that's not it. I mean, all you really have to do is follow this rough outline of structure for each main body of your argument, and you'll be fine. You have a little introduction on YouTube. This should be like 60 seconds to 2 minutes. Put big Mr. Beast lettering on the bottom so people click on it more likely, or are more likely to click on it. Little definition. So if my premise is this is a skeptical review, explain what skeptical means, and then kind of set up the rest of it, and then you make your arguments with basic advantages. You argue that, then you say, but there are also problems, and you go through the problems, then you can give it a conclusion. And then, like, sometimes in here you insert a refutatio, which is just a chance for you to go in and say, now I know what you're thinking. This game is maybe not for me, and maybe I just don't like it because I don't like the style of game. Well, let me explain why this is bad, full stop. And then you can go in there and argue that. So, like, you can play around with this. Or, like, for the Evil West review I just did, I took this basic structure, but instead of paragraph 1, paragraph 2, I did the good, the bad, and the ugly because it was Wild West themed. So, you know, it was the good, the disadvantages, and then the unforgivable disadvantages. So, like, these basic structures you used back in, like, grade school, it's the same thing I use and that most of these creators use, I think, because it works. It works. Sorry, Golden Apple. That's what happens. It always happens. Sorry. Sports games just get kind of old real quick. Please love exploits makes you go to real quick. Yeah. Heavy notes while I play. Yeah, absolutely. Meat cannon. Oh, the link isn't working again. Can I middle click it? No, I cannot. I don't know why YouTube's flagging that link and won't let me open it. It just says, oops, something went wrong. Weird. Where's my SM7B? It is upstairs. I used it for a little while as a secondary mic for the camera shifts when I would turn, to the other camera. I haven't found a way to really get it working super, super well for this particular setup, but still. But yeah, it's up in storage at the moment. I haven't found anything to use for it. In all seriousness, I was taught point, evidence, explain. I wonder if it's just different worldwide. Well, the broader thing, like, I'm trying to see if I can find the exact. Yeah, this is like exactly what I went to high school learning, and this is what I use for all of my videos. If you just look up the classical essay based on ancient oratorical structuring, this is exactly it. Like, this is just an outline. But all it is like, this is the same outline that Socrates would have used. This is the same outline that Aristotle used. This is as classical as you can get, thousands of years old. And it's just introduction, the facts of the case, the thesis, arguments, supporting arguments, counter arguments, and the refutatio, and then conclusion. Like, you just do this. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Doesn't have to be more tricky than that. I think people overcomplicate it. Let's see. There's so many other mics than the SM7B. Yeah, the SM7B is definitely a mainstay nowadays just because everybody's using it. I think it's a fine microphone. I don't think you need it. Like, the mic that Tim the Tatman uses is even cheaper than that one, and it clearly it works. XQC has been using a potato plugged into a wire for years, and it's working just fine. So, like, you can be very successful. You don't need a crazy nice mic. It's more about how you treat your room. Like, the reason I use this microphone specifically instead of the Shure SM7B is because of all the fan noise, and this is a dynamic microphone instead of a condenser one, which just means that it doesn't pick up sound as you move away from it anywhere near as actively as if you are right up on top of it, where it's much more present. And the Shure SM7B is much more sensitive even as you get farther away. And so if you have fan noise and your computer's right there, sometimes it picks that up. And it's worth getting, changing that up. So the microphone choice is much less about like just paying more for better. It's more about picking the right microphone for your specific space. Yeah, Blue Yetis are just solid. Blue Yetis are solid. For the love of God, don't talk into the top of it. That's not how that microphone works. Every time I see somebody with a Yeti talking into the top of it, it's so cringe. It's like this microphone that you're supposed to talk directly into. It would be like if I were sitting here and I was talking into the side of it. That's what I see with all of these like random people trying to, do the streaming thing with their Blue Yetis. Drives me crazy. Drives me absolutely crazy. So talking to the right part of it. But the Blue Yeti works great. Rode Procaster, yeah. Yeah, I think, honestly, you shouldn't spend more than $400 on your whole audio setup until you have spent a lot of money on sound treating the rest of the room. That's my humble opinion. Let's see. News topics. Yeah, I guess we do have a couple. We do have a couple of news stories we haven't touched on. Okay, we already talked about that one. I'll open this one. This one. We can just run through these real quick. I think we touched on that one, but we can cover it real quick. Okay. Real quick, I have talked up Lies of P a lot, and it's because it looks tremendous. I'm sure it won't be like Game of the Year or anything, but it's a solid, like, it looks like a solid 8.5 out of 10 right now. I hope to be surprised and impressed. Yep. Buckle up, guys. The Young Yeah part of the stream is starting. Should we just call it? Should we get like an intro card? The Young Yeah stream session. The Young Yeah chapter. I don't know. We'll come up with something. But it's apparently nearing completion according to the game's director. And as of right now, they've not announced a release date, which is actually quite surprising. But apparently it's because they're just waiting until they know that it's actually ready, and then they'll come out and they'll actually like announce a date, which I honestly prefer this style of announcement rather than the God of War Ragnarok thing where you announce it and then delay it by like a year and a half when it was like never going to be done by that point. Like, come on. But whatever. But yeah, all of this is very good to hear. They're making progress. I want it out now, so they need to hurry up. Hurley. But apparently they're 70% of the way done. It's set to come out next year at some point. I would guess it's probably like a fall 2023. Can't believe we're already on 2023, but I'm guessing fall is probably when we see it. That's what I would assume. Paul, I love Luke's lengthy critiques on games when you drop your full Ragnarok video. I am working on it as we speak. I don't know if I'll film it before Thanksgiving, so tomorrow. But my hope is to have it done potentially even by next Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday. So, do you take notes while playing games? Yes. Every time I play, like sit down to play the game, I hit recording and I record the whole session. So what I'll do is I'll have it numbered. So like, oh, this is the third clip of my playthrough. So in a Google Doc, I'll have a bullet pointed list, entry 3, subsection 1, and I can make each of my points, and each point is time stamped. So at 12 minutes, 15 seconds in, Brock said this thing that didn't match the subtitle. I take that note, and then I move on to the next one. And it's like very, very tedious, but it's how we do it. It's how we do it. It's not for the faint of heart. That's why when people are like, oh man, I would just love to sit around and play video games all day, I'm like, it's like not actually very relaxing. There's a lot of tedium. Lots of tedium to it. This is genuinely interesting to me. I am very confused, but I'm also skeptical because I'm worried that this is secretly just like another Elder Scrolls Online situation. But the story is that ZeniMax Online has secretly been working on a video game for the last 4.5 years, and the game has remained unannounced, but the team over at GameRanks has assembled a bunch of information, and they can confirm that this project is not Starfield. So it's not like the project is actually Starfield and they're talking about the wrong game, right? So to be clear, this is no rumor. ZeniMax creative director Ben Jones confirmed that this game exists and also revealed the 4.5-year development period starting roughly around 2018. He describes it as a large-scale project with considerable investment, and he's listed on LinkedIn as being associated with it. It's interesting. They posted a job offer. ZeniMax Online Studios is seeking lead quest designers to join our studio for the development of our new AAA game. This is a chance to join an experienced team. Again, specifically, ZeniMax Online. I would guess that it's just another Elder Scrolls Online Fallout 76 type game. I would not get your hopes too high, because I would guess that that's all this is. Even if it has
16 times the detail,
I still don't know how it would hold up to all of this. So I would not get too hyped. I would not get too hyped. I would assume they're doing it in another IP that's had some success within the Bethesda family. I don't know like if they could do a Doom MMO. I don't know what that even looks like, but who knows? Fallout 77, 17 times the detail. I'd play it. So yeah, who knows? Who knows what this is going to be? But 4.5 years is a long time. That's a long time. So presumably they are in the home stretch, but I mean, I guess we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we could talk about this. Sony is investing further into Chinese development programs that will fund more games like Genshin Impact. This doesn't surprise me at all. It makes sense. They're throwing money wherever they can to try to get a slice of the Chinese market. So it makes sense. It makes sense. According to Reuters, the Sony project, it's going to expand its program to incubate game development in China in order to beat out competitors such as Microsoft. Sony Director of Chinese Game Production, Bao Bo, notes that the program will invest more than 1 million yuan, or just $140,000, into each game and fund the development teams of all sizes. It's actually kind of surprising that it's that low, because you would normally think that games would be way more expensive to make, but apparently in China they aren't actually as expensive to make. So this is just another example of them trying to get ahead of the curve and potentially develop some really strong studios out of China that will allow them to compete better on the global stage. Because like if they can get cheap labor in China and then they've got their foot in the door there, then they're set. So they're trying to jump on it, but it's interesting. It's a weird place to throw a lot of money right now because the Chinese government has a ton of restrictions on this type of thing. But apparently they have dedicated teams and employees that just handle this. So I guess we'll see where that goes. Did we talk about this before? I feel like we talked about this before. Did we talk about this before? I don't remember. I think we did. I don't know. Well, we can touch on it real quick. Everybody who's played God of War Ragnarok agrees it's tremendous. It's beautiful. It's stunning, brave, and beautiful. It's just great in almost every way. Shape and form. Quick little spoiler warning. Apparently, there are going to be spoilers with this specific side quest because we're talking about a side quest that Snipes was Jake Snipes, a gameplay programmer who passed away in 2020. What he said was, "There's something in God of War Ragnarok which is the most special to me. I got to pitch it, and the team made it everything I could have hoped. I had hoped to wait for some time to talk about it, but want to share it now just in case. It's the Ballad of Yari and Sommer. It's not a spoiler for the main story, but it is a side quest favor you can discover, so feel free to seek it out yourself first. You may have noticed the first sign of these hearts scattered across the realms. The story of them goes back to a man I love more than anything. I met Jake Snipes when he joined Santa Monica Studio in 2019. We worked on God of War Ragnarok together, both loved Carly Rae Jepsen and Death Note, and we soon became really close friends. Before too long, we were more than that. Jake was and is a shining light in my life. I was madly in love with him and he with me, so madly that we decided to take a grand road trip across the whole United States together, just visiting theme parks. We stayed in on the weekends to play games together, adventure around LA and California. I began to feel truly home. We picked up baking on a whim and started to bring anything we made into the studio. Soon it became our reputation around the team. We even happened to win one of the studio's pie baking competitions. I loved creating with him, whether it was games or the sweetest desserts. We talk about how much we'd love to leave some symbol of us in Ragnarok, some indication within this game that had been the reason we'd first met, our first game made together. He once suggested simply a heart with our initials in Norse runes carved into this world that we had made. Jake died in 2020 due to his epilepsy, though. I was heartbroken, still am. I always will be. I spent months hardly wanting to be alive, but when I returned to Ragnarok, I wanted it to be everything he deserved, and I hoped I could leave some piece of him within it. I will always be indebted to Eric Williams. Jake and I used to talk to him every week, and each week Eric would suggest a new LA spot for us to explore together that weekend. When I returned to work and I asked Eric if we could include a memorial to Jake, he made it so much more. I told Eric that the team about Jake's suggestion of our initials carved into a heart, and he and the team returned with that and something even more special. The story of two men who find each other in an often cruel world and find a place to belong simply with each other. I wanted the story to be one many queer people know. Journeying through the world doesn't always understand you to find a place that truly feels like home. And sometimes that place is simply a person, and something as simple as a recipe can be a link back to that home. This fire never stops burning. Through the coldest days, through the nights you don't want to live through, it will stand in this world we at Santa Monica Studio created for all time, carrying the story of a man whom I found something unnameable, something I still carry now. That's really sweet. That's really sweet. That's very, very just heartbreaking. It's tragic that something like epilepsy can just take somebody instantly. Like no warning, nothing, just gone. So a very sweet tribute. I love it when developers do this kind of thing in their games. It's just such a sweet touch. These people work on these games for years and years and years and years, and really pour their hearts and souls into them. And so to see like a little remnant of their story to remain is just, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, it's not beautiful. Netflix. Netflix trying to get into gaming. Who, like, of all the people and all the companies that possibly could have a negative impact on gaming, is Netflix. They're the most toxic on the planet. I can't, whatever. But Netflix appears to be developing a PC-based shooter at its new Los Angeles studio led by former Overwatch producer and Blizzard vice president Chaco Sonny. As reported by MobileGamer.biz, the aptly named Netflix Game Studio is looking for a game director with experience in shooters to work on, quote, a brand new AAA PC game akin to Overwatch. It will seemingly be a live service game, as Netflix asks for extensive experience in this department. Shocker, Netflix is trying to make their own Overwatch. Do you guys think that they're going to find success? Do you guys think they're going to make tons of money in this? I kind of doubt it. I kind of doubt it. Believe it or not, other studios have tried, and it's not actually that easy. It's really not that easy. So, you know what? Best of luck to them. They're trying. They've poured a lot of money into this, but who knows? What they've said recently, Netflix hasn't been shy about its goals in the gaming in the past either. In January of this year, they said that Netflix is aiming to be, quote, the absolute best gaming service in the industry. So they've got to, like, that's not just be the best gaming service. That's not just beating out Valve and Steam. That's beating out, like, Nintendo's offerings, PlayStation's offerings, and Game Pass. I don't think they really believe that. I think they're hoping to capitalize on cloud gaming, develop some of this stuff that can stream straight from Netflix. So Netflix isn't just movies and TV shows, but also can stream a catalog of games. And I think that makes more sense. You know, if it's $10 or $15 a month for Netflix, and then it's $20 or $25 a month, and you get this catalog of games, I think that makes sense. And I could see them selling that to people. But gamers are pretty entrenched. I don't think you can just win over a gamer that's a dedicated Xbox fan over to Netflix. I don't think you can just do that. Even, like, as we've seen, even when you offer hardcore gamers free games or heavily discounted games, sometimes they still don't move over. Like with Epic Games trying to win over Steam users. They would offer the game for like $10 less on Epic, and people still would buy it on Steam. So it's not going to be that easy. I think Netflix is biting off a lot more than they can chew. But you know what? We'll see. We'll see. They have a lot of money. Less than they did like last year. They've plummeted since, but we shall see. We shall see. I swear to God, Dahmer the game. I cannot stand how many people now all over social media are like, if you're a blonde, early 20s male, people are like, lol, Dahmer over here. I'm like, that's not a joke. Like, Like, that's not a joke. Like, what do you think jokes are? I thought my comment on Netflix's new game Neverwatch was the funniest thing I've ever I've said in the years. It's good. It's good. I like that. That's good. I like that. I'll give you props. Stray wins PlayStation Game of the Year at Golden Sticks 2022. Okay. Okay, that's bold. That's really bold. Huh. So apparently I'm not seeing God of War Ragnarok listed as a competitor. They're saying it was nominated against Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring, and The Last of Us Part 1. And Sifu. So they're not listing God of War Ragnarok as a co-nominee. So I guess it was maybe that game came out too late. I don't know. I don't like, this is the thing. I thought Stray was like kind of cool. I thought it was like, it wasn't bad. But it certainly was not like, I don't think it was Game of the Year. Like, at all. The price to content offerings were very small. And like, seriously, I'm saying this as a cat person. I think the main reason that this game is being nominated so much is because cat people are crazy. And I'm one of those crazy cat people, but I think I'm at least self-aware enough to admit it and not let it cloud my judgment too much. But like, if this were a game where you play as like a little ugly alien toad, I don't think it would be nominated like this. Cat people are crazy, dude. Cat people are crazy. And I seriously do not know how you argue with a straight face that Stray is a more impressive game than Elden Ring. I seriously, I don't know how you do that with a straight face. Like, Elden Ring versus God of War, there's an argument. You can debate that, and I think both are correct answers. I think they're both very, very impressive games that deserve awards. But Stray being put in the same category, I'm sorry, I don't see it. Whatever. Lol. Cringe. L-take. Lol. Huh. Okay, this next little bit, this is something I would love to see, but the Days Gone sequel petition has neared 200,000 signatures. People love this game. It didn't do super well at launch, but I will always point to this as perhaps one of the things that I've been saying for a long time, well before it was sort of like kind of cool and popular to say so. I think Days Gone is, when you play the entire game, is highly deserving of a sequel. I think it's got a lot of soul, a lot of spirit. I think it's technically impressive in a lot of ways. It had a lot of issues at launch, certainly. It's not a perfect game. I can point to a lot of problems with it, but I do think the game is a hell of a lot better than people give it credit for. And I know, like, even people in chat right now are like, overrated. It's not as good as you might think. And I will say I completely agreed with you for the first half of the game that I played. I made a video where I said it doesn't do anything well. And I stood by that until I finished the game. And I was like, yeah, the second half of the game feels like a totally different game. It's actually kind of crazy. So all of the problems I have with it, I think could be corrected and fixed in a sequel. And that's why I so desperately want a sequel. But we'll see. We'll see if Sony ever does it. Apparently, the studio behind it, Sony Bend Studios, is working on some unrelated project. They're not working on this. They're working on something else, whatever that may be. Who knows? But I mean, if they ever did it, I think it would do well. I would love it. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is just kind of funny. So PlayStation players become annoyed with Black Friday subscription sales. I've said before, and I'll say it 1,000 times more. The PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Premium, Ultra, Deluxe, whatever, it's a hilariously bad offering. It was meant to compete directly against Game Pass. It doesn't. It's just bad. It's just ass. So recently, they updated their PlayStation Plus, their version of Game Pass, where you can play an assortment of games for free after paying for the membership. It gives you access to a game catalog, Ubisoft classic games, monthly games, online multiplayer, exclusive discounts, cloud storage, much, much more as well. And it's worth paying for a membership if you're an active player on PlayStation, especially for the monthly games. Some people, however, are still on the fence about the subscription service, especially after it went on sale. Let's discuss why. Well, PlayStation has been offering 25% off of their 3 different tiers of membership for Black Friday, even allowing you to be able to stack your active membership for as long as you're willing to pay right then with the applied discount. Cool, right? Well, the issue seems to have been happening when subscribers try to downgrade their low from one of their 2 higher price plan, so drop from one of the highs to the lows. Some players with the subscription have felt the premium isn't worth it and wanted to downgrade to the extra plan, but the plan itself is already cheaper than premium, but it will also reduce in price even more due to the discount for Black Friday sale. However, it isn't as easy to downgrade as you would have thought. Any subscribers who want to downgrade can easily message PlayStation to lower to a different tier, but if you downgrade and stack your subscription for the Black Friday discount, you can only stack your subscription with the discount until your current deal time runs out. So to give you a better example, if you have premium, you can only stack the membership until the date runs out, but not beyond that. That just broke my brain. That broke my brain. I don't know. Long story short, shocker, the PlayStation Plus offering is kind of a mess, and people are having trouble with it. Shocker. I cannot believe that they're actually with a straight face trying to assert that this thing competes with Game Pass. It just doesn't. It's just nowhere near competitive enough. They got to fix it because it's not doing the job. I think that's all of those. Boom. Going back to the Bethesda news article from before, as it was ZeniMax Online, it makes me think it might be a new Wolfenstein game. Like maybe it's Tears Back, like Youngblood. That could be interesting. Maybe it's like a Wolfenstein Battle Royale. Because ZeniMax Online only works with the big online stuff. They don't do the small narrative stuff. So if it's Wolfenstein, it would have to be something big, like a Wolfenstein Destiny style game or something like that. Yeah, Rocky, we did talk about that before, the 10 years of Call of Duty. We talked about that on Monday. I know, because Jacob was just cutting together the highlight of it. Yet another reason why it's just insane that PlayStation's arguing with a straight face that they are the pro-consumer option. It's just insane to me. Yeah, the new Witcher thing. Yeah, we reacted to it earlier. They posted the full 4K version, which yeah, this is that trailer. Anything else?
Hello everyone and welcome to
Yeah, this is full 4K. I still think you need to watch it yourself in 4K to see what it has to offer, but like it's definitely The Witcher 3, but you can see they've made improvements here and there. And I think the potential downside is that people look at this and they see The Witcher 3, they don't see major improvements or generational leaps or anything, but there are major improvements, and I think side by sides will be very important. But then again, like, they don't have to sell you on this. It's free, it's free, so who cares? So, I don't know. It looks good to me. Now I can finally play it again. What's this? Meat Canyon something? Hold on, what is this? Imperium just sent me this.
Elon, sir, with all due respect, teleporting to Mars, even with the new Tesla pods, doesn't seem like something we'll be able to do in our lifetime.
We must. The people, they are turning against me.
The growl.
I must regain their trust.
Sir, we are beginning to question your judgment. Please reconsider your decision. And
I have to do this! I have to do this. I made a promise to an old friend.
Oh, wow.
I thought vacations were supposed to be fun. You've been to this island many times before, but you still seem to get lost. I'm not lost. I'm just thinking. You know, you fixate so much on the future and innovation that you never see the beauty that's right in front of you. I just want to change the world. Change it for the better. Leave humanity with something greater.
Elon, listen. You are destined for great things. You've already done so much for the world. So much. You're strong, smart, and compassionate. Well, my name isn't Jeffrey Epstein.
I will change the world, Jeffrey. I promise you.
So moving.
I know. But hours of contemplation has left you tense, Elon. Come on. Let's chill out with a couple massages. What do you say?
Some say innovation is something that happens once in a generation. Why can't we shoot for the stars and then pass those stars to unknown worlds or smell new air on different planets, enjoy a new sunset on different planes? I will get in this pod and defy what everyone thinks I am capable of, what we are capable of. Let the naysayers yell and scream at me. I will push humanity farther. I will take us to where no other man has taken us before. Just you watch me! Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Elon the bird! Oh God! Watch out for the bird! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh no!
Take me back. Oh, no. I can't. Take me back to the island.
Goodness gracious. Oh, you said there's an Andrew Tate one too. I cannot stand the way Andrew Tate talks. Like, I actually cannot stand the way he talks.
Gentlemen, we've had success with phase 1.
Oh, they kind of did a good job though. Because he kind of talks like this. And it drives me crazy.
Expensive cars. Money. Classic TW. And most importantly, women. We do be getting them bitches though.
Classic TW, man. You're the best. Women.
But it's time now for phase 2 of our journey. And that, gentlemen, is self-love. Observe closely, gentlemen. Oh,
Yo, is this real? Full send it, Taint. Yeah,
Full send it.
Full send it, brother.
Well, I gotta try this.
Good idea.
Oh, fuck. Let me...
They really... I mean, this is pretty accurate. This is pretty accurate. You're right. This stream took a really weird turn. Jesus. I don't know if my monetization will stay up if I keep this on. I don't know, man. I'm not even that ashamed to say that I find Andrew Tate like one of the cringiest people I've ever seen in my life. It's just, he screams of like the super insecure kid in high school, you know, who like tries to overcompensate. It's like actually hilarious. What about, well, actually, classic Luco, classic. Yet another. I actually am gonna call it there. Yeah, we started the stream early today. I have to go and we have to prepare a stuffing for Thanksgiving. So we've got to go handle that. Leon, I want to air cool water. Honestly, not Stormy. It's a big case. It's a big case. I would assume you're probably good. But if you can find a YouTuber or somebody who's done it before, do that. But I'm going to go make some stuffing. We will be back Monday. No stream on Friday because I will be out of town. But we will have the Gotham Knights video going up tomorrow. And Monday we'll have a video on Battlefront 2 going up. And then we'll try to get the God of War critique up next Friday, I'm hoping. Enjoying your stuffing, bro. Thanks for the guys. Awesome. Adrian, appreciate you. Thank you everybody who came out. Tremendously popular stream today. It's kind of crazy. We had at peak 2,100 people in here, which is insane. But I really appreciate everybody coming out. Much love as always. You all are tremendous. Rocky, I'll go through those DMs later and catch up on all of them. You all are wonderful. I care for you dearly. Yeah, the most sus and tremendous stream today. Yes, exactly right, Wolf. We try to deliver. Much love, everybody. Stay safe out there. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Extra love today. Have a wonderful evening. We will see you in the next video or on Monday, whichever comes first. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Much love. See you in the next one. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.
16 times the detail.